I was born and I was growing up in a small town called Ngoc-Tuan in Vietnam. That is a beautiful sea town. My mother promised that if I could get enough marks to get into a famous public school, and if I could get into that, she would buy a guitar for me. I learned the guitar all by myself from books and from imitating what I could hear from the radio or LP recording players, or from copying other people. Next to my house, there were some American soldiers. They play guitar. Some of them play jazz and blues, and some of them play classical music too. Looking over the fence to observe their fingers and try to memorize, and suddenly black American soldiers spotted me and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, watching. And then he invited me to his home. He helped me to climb over the wall, and then he gave me chocolate and food, and then he let me borrow his guitar. Because I need to practice a lot. That's why I invented a silent guitar. I took a piece of wood and put 6 strings on that. I could bring that with me anytime to anywhere. And I brought it into classroom too. And I secretly practiced under the table. Yeah, I put it on my lap. When the teacher was teaching, I could play with my fingers. My parents wanted me to study well, because if I could not pass HSC, and if I could not get a place in the university, I should become a soldier. Some of my friends did not pass their HSC well, and they became soldiers, and a few months after that, their coffins came back. So it was a great pressure. The only way I could practice was that, after midnight, I would climb up to the roof and put a t-shirt in the hole of the guitar and practice in silence. I could imagine the melody and everything, I just practicing the movements of my fingers. Somehow my mother discovered that I was not in bed, so she went around the house to look for me, and then she heard some noises on the roof. She looked up and she saw the boy sitting on the roof with the guitar, and she screamed at me, "What are you doing there at this time?" I said, "Practicing my guitar." And my mom said, "You come down now or you may fall down and die." Yes, after discovering me sitting on the roof playing late into the night, my mother was not happy. She advised me to stop that. She said, "You have to focus on your studying." But I did not listen to that. Secretly, I escaped the house and climbed up to the roof again and again. And one day, my mother had to smash my guitar. She said, "I bought the guitar for you, but now I'm very disappointed. I don't want you to die on the battlefield." I felt upset, but I understood the love my mother, the love of my mother. So I accepted that. Of course, secretly, I could still practice on my silent guitar. I never stopped playing it. In Australia, music is my language. It is a multicultural language, because through music, I could make friends with people from many different cultures. I could join multicultural groups of musicians to perform, to compose, to express ourselves.